Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous video, we explored how artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning are connected and how they build on top of each other. Now, the big question is, where does generative AI fit into this picture? As you might expect, generative AI is a part of deep learning. It relies on deep neural networks to analyze large amount of training data, learn patterns from that data, and then create something completely new. And that brings us to the most important word you'll hear again and again, generative. It simply means the ability to produce new content. Before generative AI, most AI systems worked in a most traditional or conventional way. You train them with data, and once trained, they perform tasks like making predictions, classifying information, translating languages, or recognizing objects in images. For example, imagine training a machine learning model with thousands of emails labeled as spam or not spam. Once trained, the model can look at an email and decide which category it belongs to. That's conventional AI. It analyzes and decides. It doesn't create. Generative AI works very differently. Instead of training on limited data sets, generative AI models are trained on massive volume of data. These deep learning networks don't just learn labels or categories, they learn patterns, structure, or relationships in the data. Let's take a different example this time. Suppose we train a generative AI model on thousands of music tracks across different genres. Instead of asking it to identify whether a song is classical or rock, we ask it to compose a brand new piece of music. And it does exactly that. The music it produces is not copied from any existing song. It's not pulling something from memory. It's creating something original based on what it has learned during the training. The same idea applies to the text, images, videos, voices, or even code. Generative AI can write stories, design images, generate videos, or hold conversations, all by generating new content from learned patterns. That, in simple terms, is what generative AI is all about. Now, as we move into the next video and start going deeper, looking at how generative AI actually works behind the scenes, where it's used, and why it is so powerful. I want you to remember three key ideas from what we have covered so far. First, data matters a lot. For AI systems to be intelligent and accurate, they must be trained on large, high-quality data sets. There is a popular saying in machine learning, garbage in, garbage out. If you train a model with poor or biased data, the result will also be poor. But if you feed it diverse, clean, and large-scale data, the output becomes far more reliable and accurate. Second, computational power is crucial. Training deep neural networks on massive datasets is extremely resource intensive. When you type a question in tools like ChatGPT and expect an instant response, there is numerous computer power working behind the scenes, processing data, running complex models, and generating answers in seconds. And third, the way we interact with AI is changing. Most of us no longer want to search for information, open multiple links, or read through pages of content. Instead, we want natural conversational interactions where we ask a question and we get a clear, direct answer. Even more importantly, we want AI to understand context. If I ask, what is the tallest building in the world, and then follow it up with how tall it is, the system should understand that I'm still talking about the same building and respond accordingly. This ability to maintain context and have human-like conversation is a massive shift in how we use AI today. And generative AI plays a huge role in making this possible. So, keep these three ideas in your mind as we continue through the course and explore generative AI in more depth. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.